Yep. So then that fantasy receipts account told me who they were. Oh shit, we're live.
Oh shit.
Just kidding.
It's me. You know, I'm so good at Twitter. I just assume that probably just knows it's me.
All-time moment if it was Josh.
It would not be Josh because Josh is not that good at Twitter.
I also don't know who people are, so I wouldn't know how to do that. So
that's a good point.
I think it's fun. I just
it'd
thought
be
it was
hilarious if you did know everybody and we're like that in.
It's like Gossip Girl for fantasy football, and I love it.
It is kind of Gossip Girl.
It's perfect.
I'm proud of you for that reference, George.
My wife watches it, not because
I'm okay. Okay.
Wow, did you know that off the top of your head? Wow.
I got roped into Gossip Girl because of an old roommate. She watched all.
I liked
seasons.
Gossip Girl
at the
beginning.
This, I just want to talk to my boy Rougeroo. Finally back.
Bonjour, mes amis. Happy football, brother.
Yeah, Rouge didn't even know, man.
Mace might come through too. I don't know. He said something.
He says in the chat. Say it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Billy and Josh in the house.
Bomber and Mace in the chat. Billy and Josh on your screen.
Bomber some love.
And Joe, MI.
Bomb.
All right, let's get to the first guy.
All right, questions are rolling in. So we got Jeremy Gordon says, Quinn, Davenport, Zadarius, Nwosu. I got to start two of them. Definitely starting Zadarius, and I would probably start Nwosu. He hasn't really blown up, but he's getting plenty of pressures, I noticed, and their defense on the field a lot.
Out of the other two, yeah.
I like Quinn, but he's been kind of chill this year.
Yeah, Davenport's been hit or miss, right?
Yeah, Davenport hasn't been playing a lot of snaps either.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith for sure. And I guess Nwosu at that point. So I want to get to this one because I actually had this dilemma this morning. I'm out on Wilson until he proves what he can do with Curseback. You cannot start him. I mean, and not to mention you should be starting Jonathan Abram anyway, in my opinion.
So the question is Jonathan Abram or Donovan Wilson this week. So you're out on Curse until you see what he can do. I would probably agree. I would probably just play Abram.
I'm out on Wilson. With Curse returning, I was wondering why Donovan Wilson's been so great, and then I realized it this morning that Curse. Yeah, I'm late to the party. That's why we're called offensive points. But yeah, no, I want to see what Curse is going to do at this point because Donovan Wilson has earned that starting time, but with his replacement. Or, the starter.
Hey, you guys field this questions and stuff for like 5 minutes. I'm going to go. I forgot to do a couple of things on the back end of YouTube. So I'm just going to mute and be on a different tab for like 3 minutes.
That sounds great. We can do this. I just wanted to talk about one person that I'm excited about today.
All right, get it out.
Do you want to know who it is? It's Bobby Trees, man. He is going to go off today. I know we're talking defense here, but I
was waiting for you to say Miles Sanders. I was waiting for you to say Miles Sanders.
I don't need to say that.
I was saying I'm saying some like Quez Watkins or something. That's what I was waiting for.
Quez Watkins probably will go off today now that you said that. But no, start Bobby Trees in any league you got him. That's my personal guarantee. And you can yell at me on Twitter if not.
That works. Y'all watching the Giants setting up this upset. I am watching it. I just have no faith in Danny Jones and whoever they are. Like, I don't even know who the receiver is today. It can't be anybody good.
I got Rodgers and Jones, so I'm just happy that it's a game technically. Yeah, Slayton caught a big one. Bellinger caught really the rest of them, and then I think Richie James has caught a couple, but it's not been great.
What a disaster. Yeah.
Just because I said Bobby Trees does not mean I say play Tannehill. Do not play Tannehill. I unless that's your only option and you're in a super flex, I would not do that.
Yeah, Tannehill's a wash. But the thing is, sometimes you don't have a better option. Like you have Baker Mayfield or something.
If it's super flex, I get why you're playing Tannehill. But if you're in a regular league and you're playing Tannehill, you did something wrong.
Learned that lesson last year.
Unless you have Russell Wilson, I guess, and you really banked on Russell Wilson.
That was a 2021 mistake right there. And then I actually picked up Richie James a week ago. See, that's down bad energy, Rougarou. The thing is he cannot be starting on your team. He's got to be on your bench and just seeing what happens.
Hey,
he just said he picked him up. He didn't say play him.
Bro, it's Billy last year. Team quarterback of Tennessee.
Team quarterback, and you cannot be using Tennessee.
There's got to be something out there, unless you're in a 19-team league. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, I guess Malik Willis, that draws some upside to him.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
yeah.
Bill, all right? How do we feel about Montgomery? Like on the real, he's come back. He's playing this week. Obviously, Herbert's played better.
Well,
is it going to be a split 50-50 workload?
I really don't know, because the Bears aren't very good, but they are a running team. So if they're going to put him out there, they should probably use him.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, just had to.
Good. We turned this into the offensive fantasy football starters start set. So,
What's the question?
We don't have one right now. Rouge is talking. He apparently has got, I guess, Washington, Jets, and Tennessee as QBs. That's rough, dog. I mean,
what do you guys think about
Wentz? Wentz was good in the first
2 weeks.
I'm not down with Zach Wilson.
Even with all these weapons, I mean, are you guys big baseball guys?
Here's the thing: if Zach Wilson doesn't at least look competent this season, I think it's we got to start thinking. We got to start thinking some things.
Zach Wilson is one of the 3 quarterbacks I thought aren't as good as everyone's hyped, and the other 2 are injured, and Zach Wilson was injured. So, Tua, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson, same guy, not that great.
Man,
fair.
Kicking people while they're down, Josh. I appreciate
it's hard to victory lap when you're right about things, but then they get injured. It's not my fault.
Yeah, but the nice thing about Kyle Pitts is at least he was hurt, or he wasn't hurt the first 4 weeks. So like now we'll be halfway through the season by the time he has a good game. It's just fun watching people like slowly come around to the fact that he's not what they want him to be.
I don't know where Kyle Pitts came from, but I'm down to talk about that too.
Not this year.
Did trade him for Ertz in a league. Pretty excited about that. Also swapped Gibson for Pierce.
Was it Dynasty or was it
sexy? No, it's just redraft.
Oh, okay. Telling you, man, the Dynasty shares all-time low. It's a buy low situation.
On who?
Kyle Pitts.
I agree.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean this is the first time anyone around here should be looking to buy him, because this is the time, like you said, this is when you should get in. Hopefully you haven't been
super high.
Right
well, I was gonna say, wait, if he has a good game when he comes back from injury, that would be bad.
Well,
all right, what's the question here? I have Chubb, Mixon, Najee, and Singletary.
He's explaining his team to us.
Oh.
It is.
Then he has DK, AJ, Lazard, Gabe Davis. Oh, we're
It's
back.
a solid team.
Sack, Rashawn Gary, sack, first play of the game, first snap of the second half.
Is it really?
Yep. Go IDP. Oh, there's a flag. Hopefully it's just on the celebration.
I'm a little bit behind here.
It literally just came on, so I mean, holding. Are you kidding me? Trash.
Defensive
Give me
holding.
a break. Oh, I don't have my started.
Don't get me started on defense.
I traded away Burks for Pitts in redraft a few days ago. Seems like
that's a pretty good trade.
That's a good trade. See,
I mean,
I'm about what Kyle Pitts is worth.
Attaboy Maze.
People out here being like, I remember
a guy on the IR is what Kyle Pitts is worth.
I took Kyle Pitts.
Think
about this. People took Kyle Pitts regularly ahead of Jamar Chase.
I wasn't in a single draft that anyone did that.
There's no shot. What drafts are you in that happened?
I want to join that league.
Jamar Chase was going in the first round for a lot of
I'm talking about rookie dynasty right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
still drafted Jamar Chase before him.
I don't know. I could see Kyle Pitts going before that, but I don't think it was smart.
No, it wasn't smart, but that was the consensus. If you go back and look at the dynasty ADP,
I still think it was. What leagues you right? I want to join them though.
I think the outliers took Pitts first.
It
exists.
It wouldn't be
was Jamar.
It was an outlier.
The hype was so high.
What was the consensus?
Go look at the ADP and tell me that.
I was in every dynasty draft that I did with rookies.
Go look at the consensus composite of all the rookie dynasty drafts from that year and come back and tell me who went higher.
You want me to go to rookiedrafts.com? Like, where would I go find this information?
See, so you claim to know this information, but then you can't even.
Well, because I don't see it. Like, I've never seen it. Like, I don't see it happening, so it's hard for me to believe that it happens.
But the handful of leagues you're in is not an accurate representation of what happens around the world, which is why you should go look at these places where you don't see this information.
I think Amazon has those AWS stats that they put up too, so that should help.
I mean, there are places that this stuff exists, and it's good to have this information in your head. so that you don't just have to look around your leagues.
All right.
Where
I'm
is
tired
it?
of you guys.
I know.
You can go to DLF.com. You can go to fantasypros.com. You can go to ESPN. You can go to MFL. You can pull all their rookie data on the API backend.
All right, Alexander. I'm disappointed that you're playing team defenses here, but Minnesota, because they're playing the Bears. I mean, it's Justin Fields. Like, he's going to make mistakes.
Who's Jacksonville playing?
They are playing a team.
Houston. Right?
Yeah.
Houston.
I'd go Jacksonville.
I don't know. What are your sacks scoring? Because Minnesota will probably get more sacks.
Yeah,
I got to go with Minnesota until Justin Fields proves that he can be a quarterback. I'm rooting against him at all times. Like, I think that's like the old Lions. You pick the team that plays the Lions each week. It doesn't matter what the defense is, in my opinion.
All right, infinite possibilities. Algier or Eno Benjamin in the flex.
Algier. I mean, it's rough that's where what you've come to, but I just don't. You haven't seen enough snaps for him, and Darrell Williams is stealing a lot of the carries behind James Conner as well. So it's just there's three people there. Algier, it's going to be at least an even split between Huntley. Hopefully, you get lucky, in my opinion.
Well, I saw that. I think it was Scott Fish that tweeted it out that Tyler Algier's in his league, and he started himself over like two pretty
but like if you played football, would you not start yourself every time?
Well, because I mean, if he hadn't, I mean, he just did it this week.
It was a really
even doing split, it in other weeks,
honestly. So I mean, you're gonna get 10 carries at least, and hopefully he gets more. He does better than Huntley. Huntley was pretty explosive though too. So I mean,
yeah, I would just not start Benjamin personally.
Yeah, that's mainly the
just not do that.
And my bad, Alexander. I didn't mean it too bad. Like, I'm in a bunch of team defense as well. I'm
playing IDP too now. Yeah, we know, and then we accept everyone's fantasy, predilections here. I guess that's the right word.
I'm here 1 week a year, and I'm already starting shit.
No one knows. It's all right. Cam Curl or Deshaun Elliott? Give me Cam.
Has Cam really had a good year yet?
He's been all right. He's got a decent resume. Elliott's been playing all season, and he's not been bad, but he's not been great. So I'm just going to kind of defer to Cam Curl here, personally. But I don't think either of them is like right or wrong necessarily either. Does that make sense? Like, they're both kind of in that same kind of nebulous.
Well, also the Lions are playing the Patriots with Bailey Zappi out there. So I just feel like you got more passing going on with Tennessee.
This is true. Maybe there's some pickup side there.
There's some interception side, but I feel like you got more tackle side with Cam Curl. I think your floor's more solid.
I'm hopeful for Bailey Zappi.
Philip V says new to IDP Dynasty Superflex, and these are my guys: Luvu, Winfield, Pete Werner, Nwosu Hufanga, Ramsey, and Fred Warner. Which two should I sit? You should sit Fred Warner
and Ramsey,
and you should sit probably Ramsey or Nwosu.
Yeah, I guess to be fair, I could see the upside for Ramsey, but I do love Luvu, so good pickup there.
Ramsey for a DB, he's not like doing anything crazy, but he does put up solid-ish enough numbers every week to where it's like I'm not concerned about having him in my lineup. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like if we're talking straight floor, I feel like Nwosu's floor is probably lower than Ramsey's, don't you guys? Just because Ramsey's he always kind of gets at least a handful of tackles. And then he's always got pass deflection upside as well. So, Nwosu, if he doesn't get a sack, you're pretty much going to be upset probably.
If I'm in flexes, I try not to play defensive line that are not like the elite because you never know if they're going to hit or not. And it's like I'd rather take my solid 7 from.
That's kind of where I'm at too with that. So, I would probably sit Fred Warner, and I'd probably sit Nwosu.
I would sit in Fred Warner, by the way. I know you hate him.
I don't like Fred Warner.
I understand that, but
I have a bias against Fred Warner. He's never finished as a top 10 line. He never finished as a top 12 linebacker ever. He just has his points per game is not very high. His ceiling's not very high.
We're talking about flex though, and we're talking about McCaffrey. He's gonna have to tackle
in
McCaffrey.
My flex spot. I'm just saying, for me, I'm gonna sit Fred and I'm gonna sit Nwosu.
I'm sitting Nwosu and Ramsey.
I agree.
All right,
with the Ramsey sit.
All right, Rougarou says I need 2 RBs.
Sitting Najee.
Mix and Chubb.
Mix and Chubb, 100%. Sitting Najee in general. right now, in my opinion, especially these next 2 games.
100%.
You guys don't feel like Singletary is kind of coming into that Mixon area? I mean,
Singletary is a questionable start. If you want to take
Mixon
the win,
not these days though. I mean, I've been playing Mixon in DFS every week this season. And I can tell you from experience, it's not been very fun.
He's got enough carries to where you're gonna get that 10-12 range. And Singletary, if he doesn't touch the ball like on the ground, which he doesn't anyway, like I mean, if he doesn't catch 9 passes, you're screwed. Is what the thing is.
I know.
Plus, the Bengals are playing the Ravens, and the Ravens
true. Ravens defense is not good,
which is weird. It's so weird because like if you like listed the names off, you're like, man, it's okay defense, and then.
But then you gotta remember,
they just don't do it. Like,
you're right though. It's the names are good, but all these guys are getting old. Marcus Peters, he's got to be closing on 30, and he's coming off some injuries, but he's a big name. Marlon Humphrey coming off some injuries, still a big name. Chuck Clark, he's getting a little older. Calais Campbell's fucking pushing like 40. You know, he's probably their best rusher. Justin Houston, same story. They just signed JPP. You know what I mean? Like the names are good. You're 100% right, Billy. But it's just like. They're just not meshing.
They just
and it's like
poke the stick or like do something thing.
Exactly. It's like we have enough guys here and we have the names, but it's just like it's not coming together. That's the perfect way to say what that defense is.
What up, Bomb?
Morning, Bomber.
Bomb.
Love you, big dog. Rougarou, starting my trash questions first. Team QB need 2: Jets, Tennessee, or Washington. You're not even going to name them. You're just going to call them the Jets QB.
No, he has team QB.
Yeah. So if they get hurt in the game, they automatically switch to
Malik
the
Willis.
Oh, it's an interesting way of playing fantasy.
Interesting. Sure. And that's not something we've touched on a couple of times here recently. It's like fantasy football is definitely not in its end game yet. You know what I mean? Like there are lots of different ways to play. People are getting more into different kinds of leagues. So there's always room for an analysis and insights. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's saturated. I'm like, it is, but there's always somebody that needs something more specific than the next guy is probably willing to do. So
that's probably Washington.
I think it's Washington, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think it's Washington.
I mean, it's weird because it's a head-to-head game. So
Zach Wilson could be fine, but playing against Miami's D, they're not going to be scoring a lot of points either. I imagine with Teddy Bridgewater at the helm. So
yeah. Infinite possibilities, 16-team, 53-man roster. Which CB, Taylor Rapp or Lenore? Taylor Rapp is CB. If you get to play Taylor Rapp, he hasn't been. He's a deep. He's a safety.
I was a safety. Yeah,
he is a safety.
I know. That's why I was kind of wondering. But if you can play him at CB, then that's who you want to play.
Yeah, Rapp's not
a deep question.
Great.
So yeah, he hasn't been great this year though. That's probably still.
I had to finally sit him.
James Robinson, Stevenson, Hall. Pick one. Already starting Jacobs. I would probably start James Robinson.
So it's either Stevenson or Robinson. The Lions do not care to tackle anybody who's running a football so far. So Stevenson would be a good call. James Robinson, though, has been comeback player of the year, I think, so far.
I think it's Robinson because you can't judge them by last game. I mean, it was a split between Etienne. That's the only thing you're worried about. And Stevenson's kind of working his way towards the higher end of the split, and Robinson seems to be working backwards. But I think Robinson's just more explosive than Etienne right now. So he's going to, once he breaks off one ball, he's going to get a couple extra carries.
All right. Agreed.
One of those two.
Thanks from Philip. No problem.
He says it's full point PPR too. So Stevenson does get a little bit more interesting at that point, but I think it's Robinson still.
Does he? I think it's still Robinson because I mean,
Stevenson's
it's so hard to fade him because every time anyone does, it's like he doesn't not show up. You know what I mean? It's easy to want to fade him, but it's always
just they're not going to trust Zappy to throw the ball though. So
I think dump offs though might be a thing with Zappy.
I mean, that's
why
possible.
I was thinking Stevenson gets, and that's what he's been supposed to be this whole time. Was Stevenson supposed to be the pass catching back and take that James White role? And with Zappy out there, he might dump off a little bit more. And maybe the tight end.
He did throw last week against Green Bay a little bit. Zappy.
That's fair.
But is what it is.
We're doing our best out here. I'm going Robinson still. Never fade James Robinson. Not even in an ice storm. 16 team, 53-man roster. Which one should I play? We got Fred Warner. We got Dylan Cole and
I'm
Akeem Davis.
I'm gonna love to hear this answer.
It's Fred Warner for sure.
It's gotta be Fred Warner out of those guys.
Oh, even Jordan said it. Good.
I'm proud of that. One of these questions made it so
I mean, I
obvious
can be
that Jordan had to
against a
say
player,
it.
but I mean, I'm not gonna like start an obviously superior play
He's like Dylan Cole for
or
sure.
bench an obviously
Yeah,
superior.
that would
we
have been
hate
better.
Warner.
It would have been better if he'd said that.
I have Akeem Davis Gaither's takes that are maybe relevant someday.
Too spicy for the line.
Well, I met him and I met him IRL. He was like a cool kind of dude, but he had a little bit of, you know, those guys that have an edge to him where you're like, oh, like you're the kind of guy that needs people to pull him off of people, like that kind of guy. That's the kind of vibe he gave me. And if you watch him play, I'll just give my whole take. If you watch Akeem Davis Gaither's career, he's been on the field before this year a few times, and he gets flagged for some rough play out there. So hopefully he's calming it down.
So he's like abrasive, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's not scared to lay a motherfucker out. If he's only playing one play of the game, he's gonna make sure somebody remembers. That's my assessment of his play so far. But you know, he's good coverage though. Like he's very quick. He's kind of like that hybrid linebacker that everyone wanted Devin Bush to be. That he kind of hasn't been. Patrick similar too. But Lofton, good morning, my man. How you doing? He says, missed y'all last week. Yeah, bro. Last week this time I was sitting in a conference room just getting yada that for like 8 hours straight. It was not anywhere near as fun as this. So start one, Rousseau or Weaver.
Can you play them both, Lofton? Like that's my question to you. Especially with Pittsburgh and Washington, like there's going to be some sacks in those games.
Yeah, these are both guys that have been flying up the board all season too. I mean, Weaver is right now he's a top 15 DL, and I think even at linebacker, if you're on sleeper, he's up there. And then Rousseau, same thing. He's been getting steadily good high tackle numbers. He's been getting his sacks, etc. So
plus he's going after Kenny Pickett today. So
which one would you guys lean? I think I would lean Rousseau.
I'm doing Rousseau.
I gotta go Rousseau just because of Wentz and his ability to hold onto the ball way too long. But I also think Pickett's going to get rocked. That offensive line looks terrible. Yeah. And unless they somehow commit to Najee finally.
Big numbers today for the Bills defense, I think.
Big numbies. Man, my sitting me kind of low. All right,
man.
Infinite possibilities. 53-man roster again. Would you start Carlos Dunlap, Efe Abada, or Alex Wright? Yes, we have to go deep in this one. I'm starting Carlos Dunlap.
How do you even keep track of this roster, dude?
I am, but man. Yeah, it's got to be Carlos, but man.
It's Dunlap, I guess, again.
He just, even if he gets limited play time, he comes through. You know what I mean? Like, he's still a good player in the league. He can have big games. You know, I don't know if these other two guys have that in them or not. So, in a 16-team league, I'm just going to play the guy who has the best
floor, basically.
Longest resume. All right, my computer is being weird. It's like freezing. So hopefully this is coming through accurately. Rugaroo says, is Pickett starting today? Yeah.
The answer is yes. Mm-hmm. For some reason, after throwing 3 interceptions in the second half.
And then Trubisky comes back
Steelers.
He gets finished off.
Hey, you guys know the funniest stat? I mean, not funny stat, but it's like the Steelers are 0-7 when TJ Watt does not play since he's been on the team.
That sounds about right.
How is he not been in contention for MVP? How is Myles Garrett ahead of him on the top 100 list this year? Doesn't make any sense.
Didn't he win it last year?
I don't know. Anyway, he won Defensive Player of the Year.
But yeah, waiting on Robert Quinn to show up. Tough choice. Yeah, no, it's Rousseau.
Yeah, don't keep waiting on Robert Quinn.
It might have just been a flash season.
Nothing happened. Then we stopped waiting and he showed up. Now we're waiting again. Rude.
Mm-hmm. Got to go with my man TJ Edwards here. Dude has been on fire.
Who? You're gonna go Edwards and who?
I started with Edwards, man.
Olakun.
I'm going Wilson and Olakun. Screw Edwards. Screw the Eagles.
All right, man. Cool.
Oh, he's facing Kyler Murray though.
Screw Kyler Murray too.
Yeah, I got to go Olakun and TJ Edwards. Obviously Olakun. I didn't need to say that. But
Olakun's such a beast, dude. He's
got 16 tackles last game. I mean,
plus the Jags defense is so good.
Even before that, though, like just the last couple of years, it's just like he's just one of those guys where it's like if he had any other name, like if his name was easier to say, like he would probably be like talked about nonstop in the league because of the numbers he puts up. But it's like he's Foyesade Olakun, and he plays for the Jaguars, so it's like we'll talk about him later.
Mace, you're wrong. I don't know why you'd do that. I mean, he's averaging 20 points a game, but it's whatever. Play the worst linebacker.
Hey, Josh, tell him, Josh. You got coming with the goodies today. Christian Kirk or St. Brown if he plays. St. Brown. I don't care if St. Brown's in a wheelchair. I want St. Brown in the lineup on my roster on all my teams.
I usually would agree.
Come to that point, right?
But Christian Kirk is going to go off today against Houston secondary. But St. Brown, you play him too. Hopefully you can play both of them. You probably got someone worse on your team.
To me, it's just like, even with what you say here, Kirk is solid. I don't want to risk Amon-Ra being a decoy. But what if he's not? You know what I mean? Like, what if he just gets his usual 12 to 13 targets? I mean, even if he only catches 6 or 7 of them, is that not going to be much different than Kirk? So I don't know. I feel the Kirk love, but I'm still going to Amon-Ra. That's just me. And what are you guys' final takes on that?
You probably have to start Amon-Ra. I mean, if you're going to look stupid if he's on the bench.
Exactly.
Starters.
You're just going to feel really weird, too, if, like, he goes off and it's like, duh, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Of course he's going to go off. But it's like, it's so easy to say that afterwards. I want to just encourage you not to have to say that to yourself. You want to say that
I'd rather kick myself for not playing Christian. Like, I'd rather be like, oh, damn, Christian Kirk went off.
Exactly.
And I'm like, damn, like, Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course. Like, why the fuck?
So that's kind of where we're at, Ben, YouTuber. GL. Onto the meat and potatoes. Is Kayvon Thibodeaux worth hanging on to? Rougarou. Non-dynasty. So non-dynasty, I'd probably okay moving him.
Yeah. I mean, you're hoping for the best, but it's a rookie. Sometimes rookie linemen don't really get off to a good start, and then it's like a second or third year kind of guy.
Giants need to get some more people.
They need someone on the other side to really be helping him. Ojulari has not been that guy just yet.
Not great, Bob.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. They've had injury struggles. I mean, they're not what they should be. You know what I mean? Like, we can't hold that overly against him. He's a rookie, and he had that injury. So, worth holding on to? Nah. I mean, if you have a better option on the waivers, you can drop him for sure. Pick him up.
Alvin Kamara is officially active, according to Adam Schefter. So, I was wondering.
That's funny because Andy from the Baller said he wasn't active this morning, I thought. Is Donovan Wilson still the starter? I see Curse is back. I don't think he's the starter anymore with Curse coming back.
He should be the way he's played, but we'll see today. I say sit Donovan Wilson. We kind of talked about this earlier. So
wait and see.
And hey, Mace, quit answering questions in the chat, all right?
You can answer questions, let him.
You're fine. Right, though. It's Luvu.
Gosh, jeez. Control freak.
I haven't met Mace yet. I'm just going to keep yelling at him until I see him in person.
Or maybe he won't want to meet you now if you're being so mean to him. All right. Excellence 482 says start one. Kirksey versus Jacksonville, Morrow versus Minnesota, or Luvu versus San Francisco. I'm going Luvu as well.
I think it's Luvu because San Francisco utilizes the run game so well, and Luvu is just going to be in the middle of the field just sacking up tackles.
That guy has been
soaking.
I mean, if this wasn't the first year of him doing anything, he would be like up in that conversation for like Depoy. But they're not going to give it to him because he's not Aaron Donald or
100%. If he literally had a name before this season, you're right. He'd be getting a lot more love. And that's the thing with defense. And this is what we're saying. If there's any defensive players, if any of your aunts, aunties, cousins, uncles, brothers, sister-in-laws are watching this, tell them to hit us up. So we're trying to boost the overall equity of being a defensive player. Fantasy is a good way to do that. So you can move the needle forward for these guys.
We have a line jump. And that would be Mr. Phillip.
Hell yeah, line jumper. What's up? Thanks for the money. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Phillip.
We are keeping behind on some questions. So he says, Pickett or Mills in Superflex spot? Thanks. What do you guys got?
What a question.
I like Pickett. I mean,
I think you have to put Pickett in there just because you don't know what you're getting.
No,
I don't.
He's got better weapons. He's got a better coach. The only thing we don't know about Pickett is what we don't know about Pickett. You know what I mean?
That's
3 interceptions in the second half against a bad team.
But
He's
okay, but
Buffalo
here's
Bills.
the thing. Okay, granted, interception -1, -2 if you're in a rough league. Rushing touchdowns +6 instead of +4. So those compensate.
He's not a rushing quarterback, though. He literally got those because he didn't know what to
scramble. He can scramble.
You don't know that?
30 yards
Mills
over
can't
under.
do that.
I'm just saying. I
would go over with 30 yards.
I'm going to take this $2 that Philip just gave us, and I'm putting it on Pickett.
The Jaguars defense can't stop anything, but yet you're all right.
What?
You guys are wrong.
Can't stop anything.
Okay, they can stop. They can stop an injured Herbert. Sorry, my bad.
They have a good defense.
Eagles fans, am I right?
No. They literally faced the Jags, and the Jags did a pretty decent job.
Can somebody help me
Eagles?
reorient where we are in the comments because I'm lost.
Sorry, I got you.
Davis Mills. We're right here.
Lost. Philip, hopefully that gives you a good answer.
Go Birds.
Okay. Cool. Eagles. Oh, great. More Eagles. They just never leave. Lenny Fournette or Joe Mixon PPR? I think I'm going to go Lenny.
I just after last game, I mean, he did it in the past game, which is fine, but you want to see more on the ground, and it is Atlanta, so you're probably Lenny at this point, but you're not excited about it.
No, you're not. That is a tough one because I think Lenny might be getting to Washland here, and I hate to say that, but I think you have to put him out there against Atlanta, but I think it's going to be a heavy passing day. That's all I'm saying.
I think the Cincinnati-Baltimore game is going to be really good, though, and Joe Mixon could just go off.
That's
why it's the problem.
Tough.
So
Joe Mixon on the season has 17 receptions. Leonard Fournette has 16. Rushing yards, Fournette has 224. Mixon has 224. That's kind of funny.
That is insane.
Seems pretty even.
And then receiving yards, Mixon has 116 and Leonard Fournette has 111. So they're literally like,
wow,
it's like practically the same guy.
That is crazy. It's
the
Spider-Man
difference is, here's the difference though. Leonard Fournette has done that on 60 carries, 224. Joe Mixon has done on 82 carries, 224.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the volume is
would say go with Mixon. The efficiency and overall team narrative, I think, would say go with Fournette.
Mixon's also played Miami and Dallas, so he's got some tougher run defenses he's faced. So
that's fair. That's fair. Before we end the show today, I gotta get on a soapbox for a little bit. But we'll wait. I got a good one.
All right, well, I'll leave for that one.
No, you'll want to be. This is a good soapbox. This is
great.
Everyone can get a good laugh out of this soapbox. Morning, fellas. What's up, Tyreek? Good to see you, my man. He says Danielle Hunter or Hendrickson. I'm probably gonna go Danielle Hunter here. That's so close, and it's crazy that it's close.
It is close, but yeah, I think you're right because I think Fields has a better chance of screwing up.
Also, Lamar Jackson's hard to tackle.
Yes, he very much is.
Fair.
Very much is. Yeah, I think we go Danielle here. Wow, we all agree.
All right, Jordan and crew, y'all came through as always. Now I have to go play the number one team in my league. My scored 408 points last week. Y'all put me on the best position to win. I appreciate it. Hey, good luck, man. We appreciate you as well. We appreciate everybody that comes through and hangs out with us, Sunday through Sunday. We're doing stuff around here, podcast listeners, streamers.
And if we're wrong, blame Josh.
And if we're wrong, blame Josh. Exactly.
I
John.
don't think I'm wrong about anything. I'm pretty much always right.
John Palesio says, best fantasy show going on right now. It's become religious to get you guys in on Sunday mornings. That's what's up, dude.
Like the good pun there, man. That's my guy right there.
I need to fill the flex spot with Curtis Samuel or ride with Jamal Williams.
It's Jamal.
Yeah, I saw Swift was out. 100% Jamal.
Curtis Samuel will probably have a big day, but you Jamal's going to be consistent.
Yep. He's going to eat, as the kids say.
Craig Reynolds hasn't done anything to prove that.
One take Jake says choose two: Logan Wilson, CJ Mosley, Drew Tranquil. Also, we are trusting Hendrickson this week. Between the choose two, I'm going Wilson and I'm going Mosley, and I trust Hendrickson. Yeah,
Wilson, Mosley, and yes, Hendrickson.
Hendrickson and Sam
he's going to be
Hubbard
fine. It's just
are
between
two of
him
the
and
highest,
Neal.
two of the highest pressure guys in the league right now. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Already answered from Philip. Appreciate you again. Anyone else want to do the super chat? That button works for everyone. Lou 32 Lofton says start one DT Calais Campbell or Grady Jarrett. I'm starting Jarrett.
Yes.
Pretty easy there. All right, Bomber says ASRB is active. ARSB.
Sun God, St. Brown. Got it.
The Sun God.
Packers fans looking nervous as fuck, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I bet they are. I mean, you can only string together like goofy wins over goofy teams for so long. I mean, they better win.
Literally, they eked out against Bailey Zappi last week, and Packers fans are like, "Rodgers is back."
Better win this. They better win this. I mean, the fact these are close games should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, and they haven't even gotten to the hard part of their schedule yet.
No, I know.
And when they get to that part, I think
Daniel Jones takes off. He tucks it. He's going. He's
everyone.
Running.
Look how many flags flew out there.
Everyone keeps thinking that Rodgers is, gonna just bring this team and the whole division work goes through Rodgers, and I just don't get it. It doesn't anymore. It's not. I know that Minnesota and Detroit look terrible right now or are losing games, but Detroit looks way better than the Green Bay Packers. And I know it's a cliche.
They just don't have a defense, which is hilarious because Dan Campbell is known for defense, and he somehow has the number one offense. Like, make that make sense.
Just makes sense. Need two cornerbacks: Ramsey, Diggs, or Humphrey.
Diggs. Right.
I think Marlon Humphrey's one of them.
Diggs and Hump.
Mm-hmm.
You're hoping for that big pick for Diggs. Who's top? I don't know. Who's top on your waivers? I don't know. Give me some names here.
I have L'Jarius Sneed, but there's so much heat on waivers. Who's your top waiver? Well, I'm going to tell you, if you're thinking about dropping L'Jarius Sneed, then he's going to instantly be the hottest person on your waivers. So don't do that.
Whatever you do, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. He's a cornerback, and he's got 3 sacks in 4 weeks, my guy.
Sneed train.
I don't care what's on your waivers. It ain't that good. I don't give a fuck what's on your waivers. I'll use my, I'll use my one F word. I'll use my one profanity of the week on that one.
Wow.
Just
he ain't as good as L'Jarius Sneed.
Wow. I guess I'm fired.
Wow.
Appreciate the rise and grind, fellas. Lastly, Von Bell or Deshaun Elliott. Definitely playing Von Bell in that situation.
I'm going to Deshaun Elliott personally. Sorry to.
You don't have to be sorry.
Go against the
grain. You can have a different opinion. It's fine.
Wow, I didn't know we were allowed.
You'll just
Billy,
what do you got? Your resignation on the way out.
Okay. Von Bell.
Really simple.
I'll write that down now.
Yep. I'll just fax you over the letter. We already have it pre-done. You just sign it. All right, David. Oh, David. Oh, clever there. David. Need one for IDP spot, flex spot. Marcus Williams or Crosby. Woo! That's a heater because those are both top guys at their positions. I think Marcus Williams is like the number 2 defensive back on the season right now. Crosby's the number 1 DL. So, I mean, come on,
Only reason I would say not to play Crosby, which I want to, is because it's Mahomes. And he's just weird.
He's good at getting out of his tack. He's good at getting out of tack.
He's weird.
Weird. I'd probably go Marcus Williams. You're gonna get a safer floor, similar ceiling.
That's funny.
What's going on with Jay Ward? I do not know. Anyone have any Jay Ward?
We're talking about Hines Ward? No, I'm just kidding.
Probably not.
No idea. No idea what's going on with Jay Ward. Could not tell you.
Waddle or Lamb or Waddle in full PPR. Both are questionable. I have DJ Moore. If both don't play, pick one. Already started Pittman too. All right. Well, you've already fucked this all up. Sorry, Alexander. You don't want to play Pittman. You don't want to play DJ Moore. Who you want to play is Waddle and Lamb. So
I could see starting Pittman over Waddle because Waddle didn't get enough targets, in my opinion, from Bridgewater. But this will be a full game. So, but yeah, no, DJ Moore is not even in the conversation.
Michael Pittman is not good. And why don't people?
Okay, you know what? It's time. It's time for your thing because I got to get running here soon.
DJ Moore's not good either.
It's not DJ Moore's fault. It's Baker's fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault. We aren't here to assess or assign blame. We're here to say This is what this is. Michael Pittman is not somebody you want to start ever over Lamb or Waddle. I feel confident saying those words in perpetuity for the next 3 to 5 years.
You're wrong.
Okay.
All right, Jordan, I got to run. What's your spiel that you got for today?
Oh, okay. My soapbox. Let me pull it up actually, because this is a good one. So you guys know I've been. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm a Steelers fan, but you guys know I never liked Antonio Brown. I never liked Le'Veon Bell. And I said Antonio Brown is
going to show the unedited picture on the stream.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. So, did you all see the picture that Antonio Brown posted today?
I did not.
Oh, not today, but I saw the other one.
Oh my gosh, this motherfucker! This is what happened. And I said this. I've said it on the show. He fucked Tom Brady's wife when he was living there. That's what it is. That's what he did. That's why there's problems. Tom Brady invited Antonio Brown into his house. Look at what he posted. He's not even hiding it.
The reckless speculation.
I'm gonna need to see this.
Antonio.
Is it the actual picture of it going in, or
no? Shut up! You'll see in a second. All right, I'm on my screen.
That's offensive.
We can't show that on YouTube.
Oh my God! Did he delete it? No, here it is. All right, I'm gonna share this with y'all. This is exactly what it is. I said this. I said Tom Brady bringing Antonio Brown that's not a good move. Like Antonio Brown is a shit person. People are like, oh, Tom Brady. What happened was Tom Brady is a man of high character, so he brought Antonio Brown into his house. This is what Antonio Brown posted this morning, y'all. Okay, you see this?
Oh, I love how he photoshopped his face in there.
He's a piece of shit, okay? Now, but look, this is the thing. Tom Brady sold his fucking soul to get AB there. And I tweeted this 2 years ago. I'm going to go look. Tom Brady vouching for AB was so altruistic of him. No, it wasn't. He just wanted to win. The universe will bless their union accordingly. Guess what, motherfucker? You reap what you sow.
I was just about to say that. I didn't even read that yet. Oh, that's
right
great.
up.
You reap what you sow.
It is what it is. I mean, we can stop the subterfuge. We can stop the maybe, blah, blah, blah. I tweeted something else out, too, about because people, when Antonio Brown ran off the field, people were like, oh, his mental health, blah, blah, blah. No, it was not mental health.
He's just
a typical run-of-the-mill piece of shit human being.
That's your second cuss word.
That's it. Okay,
By the way, if you go back to that picture and you look at the cat, it has Shannon Sharp's face on it.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Like this shit is not fake.
If you look at the little cat.
Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I feel bad for Tom Brady because he brought AB, a guy who literally would never played in the league again, into his home, won him a Super Bowl. And 2 years later, Tom Brady's out here struggling with his brothers week after week. And AB's fucking jerking off to pictures of Giselle that she's probably sending him. I feel bad for the guy. I feel so bad for Tom Brady. But I mean, like I said, you reap what you sow. You know, he tried to do the right thing for the wrong person. This could be a lesson to a lot of people. He literally let this guy sleep in his house.
Don't let Antonio Brown into your house. He will fuck your
Don't let him. Oh, yeah, there's a lesson. Antonio Brown's a run-of-the-mill piece of dog shit.
Wow.
All right.
I learned my lesson.
On that note, I'm really glad I stayed. You're right. You were absolutely right, Jordan.
I said it years ago. I mean, he's been a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit when he was on the Steelers.
He is a piece of shit. I got to run, gentlemen. You guys finish up here. If there's any Eagles questions, just tell them they should start all of them.
All right, you leaving, Josh? Thanks for jumping in.
I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hall.
Woo! Yeah, I clapped for myself. You're welcome.
All right,
gents.
Anyway, that was I just thought that was, I mean, coming full circle, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is what it is. Some things just are what they are. If you're a shit person.
By the way, back to the Jay Ward question. It's Jimmy Ward, safety for the 49ers. He's returning from an ankle injury. Okay. He hasn't played this season.
That's what I thought. For whatever reason, I was thinking Tart in my head, but I knew like the new. Anyway, yeah.
So, I'm not just to re-clarify that what that guy was talking about.
All right, John Palicio says, does Marcus Jones, New England, technically labeled DB? He's their kick returner. No, don't do anything tricksy. That's getting to your final question. Just play fantasy football the way you should play it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a flex spot and he's like your best option, yeah, like that's fun. But don't go out of your way to try to like sneak in an extra 5 points.
Thompson is the guy.
Thompson?
Well, yeah, because he said or stick with Thompson.
Okay, yeah,
Arizona.
Yeah.
It's like stick with that.
Chiefs or Vikings, D? Definitely the Vikings.
Yeah. Who the Chiefs play today?
It doesn't matter. The Vikings are going to get more sacks.
Well, yeah, I forgot there's Fields.
Subscribe. Good shit, y'all. Man,
they're playing the Raiders.
We love it. Keep subscribing. Tell a friend. Tell your wife.
We love subscribers. Not Antonio Brown, though.
Yeah, not Antonio Brown. Fuck Antonio
By
Brown.
the way, before we get to the next question, where did you find that jersey? I thought you lost it.
I did too. It was in the back. It was like in the back of my car, like under some stuff. I guess whenever we pulled up to your house and we were like digging through stuff, I took it out and like threw it under some things. So
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I was very concerned for.
I was just like, I see you wearing it, and I'm just like putting it all together that like you have it. I was like, did
drop
you get a new
Ramsey for Humphrey? I probably would be okay doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
Ramsey plays the less ideal position for fantasy points if you're going to split hairs there. Yeah. Lou Lofton 32. Lou 32 Lofton says choose 2 wide receiver: Waddle, DK, Cooks, or McLaren.
Man, bunch of bad quarterbacks except for maybe Gino.
Waddle and DK.
Oh,
thank you. The spammer.
Yeah, thank you, spam person.
Blocking the spammer.
Bleeping the chat up.
I'm going Waddle and DK.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I feel like that's a tough group there because 2 of those people are going to go off. 2 of them probably aren't even going to touch the ball.
Here comes that cheap Saquon Barkley touchdown everybody's been screaming at their TV for.
I don't think he's in. I think he's hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was off on the
JP. Hey boys, have you heard anything about Blake Martinez playing that? I heard he's going to play. I don't know what his snap percentage will be.
I was about to say that trusting him part of that question is.
If you have him, I would definitely hold him. I would just, if you don't have to play him this week, I'd probably hold off.
Yeah,
but I would be having him locked and loaded for next week probably.
Mm-hmm.
Lou 32 Lofton says start 2 at RB. Harris, CMC, Robinson, Hunt. Which CMC. Should I split? CMC Robinson. You should start and Robinson, yeah, and then I would probably
Harris if you need to. I do Harris.
I'm not into the. I'm still. I know people are into the New England running backs after last week. I guess I'm not. Still not.
Well, I'm more into anybody playing Detroit's terrible defense. I mean, I just watched Rashad Penny go for 160 yards or whatever.
Beast. What are you talking about?
Well, but he hadn't been this season until he played the Detroit Lions, and then he looks like one of the top 5 running backs.
Yeah, he's on my bench in a league this week for Devin Singletary because I'm a truther.
Well, that's what I mean. I would make that play too. So
start Adafe away or Daniil Hunter. Go with Daniil Hunter. I understand wanting to play away, but
especially against Bengals O-line, but Hunter, yes.
AB is a piece of shit, but a tiger can't change the stripes. I mean,
it's true.
I don't know.
Bad stripes.
I think that I don't know. You have to want to. I mean, if you're a piece of shit,
that's
glorified for being a piece of shit. There's no reason to not be a piece of shit. It's positive reinforcement from the media and from the money. So why would he not be a piece of shit? Literally, you have someone like Tom Brady, who's a top 5 human being, probably of all of humanity. When it's all said and done, maybe not ever, but he'll be top 25, motherfucker. His name's going to be like Spartacus. His name's going to be like Abe Lincoln, Caesar. Tom Brady will be remembered like that. You let Antonio Brown come into your house and fuck your wife. You did that.
Maybe.
That's what happened. This is not complicated. People are not complex.
Maybe.
People act like maybe. Listen.
I like leaving gray area.
Pull his body away from hers and uncouple them. You're not going to believe it. And there's a lot of people like that will say that.
I just like leaving gray area.
It's what it is.
I'm a gray area.
And the thing is, he's so egotistical that he's trolling Tom Brady because this is the only up he'll ever have. This is the only time he'll ever have anything over Tom Brady. But he's gonna keep doing it. Yeah. He ain't trolling him because he ain't did it. You wouldn't post something like that if you didn't fuck Tom Brady.
But he didn't he didn't make that picture. He just got that off of like something and then reposted
again. He wouldn't post it if he wasn't co-signing.
Oh my god! I mean, fair enough. He can say that he did it. I'm just saying, great.
He wouldn't co-sign it
for me
if he didn't do it. If there's anything I've learned about most people with any level of clout, they don't do what I do, where they just say exactly what they think. They post memes and pictures. They'll never say I did it ever, but they'll do everything.
I just think Giselle wouldn't do that. I just don't believe it. She's richer than both of them combined. Like, I don't I think she's a boss, and why would she?
I don't know. You'd have to
associate with the
You'd have to ask her. I'd have to ask anyone that ever fucked AB what if there wasn't money on the other side of it, what was?
That's true. Apparently, I mean, going deeper into the gray area hole, I think Jordan Poyer's wife did something similar, or that was a rumor.
His wife's a hottie
5 years ago.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter. Jordan Poyer ain't Tom Brady. And I'm sure whoever fucked his wife, he didn't tell him, come live at my house and let's play football together.
Because this is turned into just the gossip.
I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, they won't talk like this on Good Morning Football.
Well, that's true.
You want the real shit? Come through.
Come to the YouTube. We're going to talk
about it. Come to YouTube, baby. Ain't nobody looking over my show. Nobody breathing down my neck. There ain't no corporate fantasy media around here.
It's true.
All right, Chiefs Raiders Monday night. We have a whole video up on this. Go check it out, Rougarou.
I think he was answering my question of who the Chiefs play.
Oh, gotcha. It was a good video too. I just posted it yesterday for you guys. Go check it out. Interesting running back situation there. A couple of dead zone running backs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Josh Jacobs, really doing some shit for people this year.
Telling you, man, 0 RB is the way to go. It's the future.
Start Mike Williams or Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ooh, that's actually really tough. I think I go Mike Williams though.
Oof.
Just because
I don't blame you. Yeah, exactly. I don't blame you. I just again, it's the same with the Amon-Ra question earlier. I would feel terrible if he was on my bench and did his usual thing, and then I'm like, well, damn it, thought he was going to be hurt.
Fair. Man, Rougarou, you're every one of us. I'm watching Rashawn Gary get all these tackles on my bench. Well, yeah, and he's had like a sack or two called back because of some penalty crap too. I mean, he was sitting on a monster day. Bradley Chubb. Let's talk about Bradley Chubb and DeForest Buckner the other night. They literally showed up for the first time in like 18 months.
Yeah,
both of them had like 2 sacks on my bench. I was kind of annoyed by that. I don't know if I trust it though going forward. Anyway, Malcolm Rodriguez or Cole Holcomb. Stick with Cole Holcomb. He's the 100% linebacker snap guy there.
Yep.
Rodriguez is floating around that 70%, 75%. That's what I got him in the index as right now. I've been keeping up with all their stuff. So just stick with Cole. Lou 32 Lofton. Choose 2 at safety. Delpit, Brandon Jones, Grant, or Joyner. I'm going to say Delpit. I like Brandon Jones. I'm playing Brandon Jones, but he's like in an IDP flex spot for me now. He's not like one of my top DBs anymore, just because he gets pulled off the field some. So I would probably go Delpit. And I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm going to end up being Brandon Jones because Grant, he's going to have a tall task today. And I just don't trust Joyner enough.
Yeah, it's kind of, even after I said all that, even with Brandon Jones being a little sketchy, I still kind of like him in my lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, he's scoring enough points to, even when he's letting you down, he's still doing as good as, a handful of the guys you'd be playing him over are playing over him that are getting 100% snaps,
Right.
Will Luvu play today? I
know he's questionable, but I haven't seen anything say he's not playing today, so I would assume so.
Start 2, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Christian Kirk, or Chris Godwin?
Godwin, yes.
Yeah, Godwin, but here's the thing with Godwin. You're going to have to just get used to the fact that at some point in the game, he's going to be rolling around on the ground just like writhing. You won't know if it's his back, his hamstring, his neck, his head. You won't know. He'll just be hurt. He'll probably go back out and play. So if you can mentally prepare yourself for watching that in like the 5 minutes of like, fuck, my week's over that comes with that, then play Chris Godwin.
He's still a target monster, and if he doesn't get hurt, he's still going to get plenty. But out of those 4, him and I'd probably go Kirk. London against the Bucks today is going to be it's going to be a test for London.
Am I insane to like kind of be coming around on Garrett Wilson, even with the quarterback there being kind of weird?
Well, I don't blame you because I think Garrett Wilson is awesome, and his talent is overshadowed. This is the sign of a good receiver is when he can be good no matter who the quarterback is. Drake London is actually proven that. Like that's the Kyle Pitts argument is like Drake London's still having a good season with whatever quarterback's back there. So like that, I think that's the sign of a really good receiver when you can just ball with whoever the hell's throwing you the ball. And Garrett Wilson he's kind of quarterback proof. It feels.
And I like Drake London a lot too. Man, this might be the toughest question we've had all day.
Yeah. I'm going Godwin, and I'm probably going Kirk, to be honest with you, though. Just the volume.
I'm going Godwin and London. Even after all that, Drake London is just. I feel like he would be noticed more and recognized more if he wasn't on Atlanta, and his situation has been steady and it's been okay, so I'm okay with that.
Still my rookie of the year so far.
Probably still get good odds on that one.
Damian Pierce is coming though. I feel it.
Better dynasty stash, Muma or Terrell Bernard?
Muma. Muma's in a bad spot though because of where he plays, but I mean he's still good. I mean when Olakun eventually leaves the Jags, I think Muma is going to be.
Depends on how long you're trying to stash for.
That's
if you're really looking for if you're looking for a guy that might sit on your taxi squad or bottom of your bench for 2 seasons, go with Muma. And I've got guys that I've had like that for a long time.
The thing is though, he's like one injury away from being very relevant. So I mean, yeah, I would stash Muma.
There we go. Drop Fred Warner for Dre Greenlaw. Need to frame that one. Man,
I love this for you.
For me,
yeah,
I don't know. This is, I mean, probably.
I just want to hear you answer the questions. I just want one day for every question to be blank or Fred Warner.
Don't do it. Just keep Freddie Prince Warner.
I just want a whole stream of questions about something or Fred Warner, or like just anything involving Fred Warner.
Should I keep Kiko Toure or Fred Warner? I don't know. That breakout's coming. He's got some good PFF grades.
Should I start an IR player or Fred Warner?
Did you check his PFF grades from week 14 of 2021? I don't know.
He won me a championship like 3 years ago.
LaMarcus Joyner or Jonathan Abram? Give me Abe.
Yep, Abram.
Morgan Scarborough says, should I go Akers, Pollard, or Algier?
Oh, boy. Now we've got a question on our hands.
I would still start Akers. Fuck it. That's how I feel.
Oh, man. It's just like, the time you start Akers is when Sean McVay's like, you know what? No, we're doing Darrell Henderson.
The thing is that if you don't start him, he's going to get 23 points today.
He might. It's either between Akers or Algier, but I mean, he's going against the Bucs, and the Bucs are really good run D, and unless you're Clyde Edwards-Helaire, apparently. But other than that, they're good against the run, and so it's probably Akers. But damn it, Sean McVay, stick with the running back.
I'm going with Akers.
Akers too.
Rugeroo, my brother had Buckner in our league. He got 21 points. Yeah. Crazy thing is, my defense is supposed to be better than his. Buckner
came out of nowhere. I mean, that was just
that was his biggest game in like 2 years, probably.
Right. What are the odds of that happening?
Exactly. Okay, where did this New York defense come from? They're playing their ass off. Well,
London. It's a London thing.
It's a London game. It's Aaron Rodgers with no real weapons besides Aaron Jones, and they're the team. You know, when your offense doesn't exist, I mean, the team is the defense.
If the Giants played defense at 8 a.m. every week, they would be great.
They might be a 800 team, 500 team.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater, Carson Wentz, or Jared Goff, pick 2. Well, Jared Goff's 100% in my lineup.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the hesitancy is with him anymore. He's been so good this year. He was good. I mean, I have him on so many of my best ball teams. Speaking of which, go use our promo code IDP Army, play best ball and underdog. I've got him on so many of my teams. I'm kind of shocked. I was seeing a lot of my teams are doing good, and I'm like, okay, like what's the correlation here? A lot of my early teams I drafted this year, I drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff on like a pretty decent handful of them. So, and they're for real, just like carrying teams. They're carrying teams that I have like Dak and Lance on, like they haven't played. Like those teams are like in first in the tournaments that I'm in. So Jared Goff, give him some love, y'all. I mean, he's really doing it out here. Bridgewater, nah. Carson Wentz, he's hit or miss, but your anchor guy here is Jared Goff.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'd go Bridgewater. I'm a Mike McDaniel fan, and I just think that he's going to be able to do something with Hill and Waddle just to
Yeah,
make
I
it
mean, we've
relevant.
seen Teddy Bridgewater with so many different people. Like, we know what Teddy Bridgewater, we know what his ceiling is. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm fine with the weapons. Yeah, I agree with that. I would still be starting all the Miami people around him, but I'm not trying to
not him.
start Teddy Bridgewater. Does that
That's
make
fair.
sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's going to seriously hurt their offense, but I don't think that he is going to be, oh, Saquon, he's still going. He's still going. Oh, dang, he was that close, y'all. That close. He about
That's
ate
tough.
it, too.
He
Tripping
did.
over his own feet. I was trying to get Goff to seriously upgrade my QB. What would you give up for him? I mean, it's all contextual, but I mean, I would give up quite a bit. Honestly. I mean, he's good. And his game scripts are all really good. His weapons are decent. He's a veteran in this league at this point. He's got a run game. I mean, maybe the coach doesn't make the right decision all the time, but I mean, for 58 minutes of the game, they're making most of the right decisions. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I like Goff. I like Goff. Oh my gosh! Oh, I thought that was Barkley again. Sorry. Like, I was like, oh. I don't even have Barkley, but it's like, you know, when you see a big play out of the corner of your eye, it's just like you get interested. That's what we like. That's why we like football. So, all right. Well, we've been rolling for about an hour. Questions are slowing up a little bit. Keep them coming if y'all got them or not. But
I have so many out players that I'm switching right now.
Yeah, I went through and took my out players out this morning. Man, I gotta make sure I get a good clip of this Tom Brady, Antonio Brown bit from earlier.
Yikes!
It's just I don't know.
Your channel.
I never thought at any point, if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be sitting in my basement feeling legitimately bad for Tom Brady, I would have told you you're fucking stupid. There's 2 F words for the day. But I feel bad for the guy. I really do.
I mean,
he's obviously, and it's like he's so obviously like going through a lot. I mean, he looks old for the first time in his career. Like, he looks thin. He looks like what I imagine someone would look like if they had the ring of power. You know, like when Bilbo says, "I feel thin," you know, stretched. You know, like that feeling where it's like he's immortal, but at what cost? Like, it's starting to show. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he's going through some things.
I feel you.
Shout out to Tom Brady. Going through some things. Freaking 1-3. That's fantasy, my guy. This might be the last time I get to say this, but I'm currently 4-0 in the Big Dog Bash. Trying to win some of those shares to Big Dog. Gonna eat so we can take the IDP Armory to the next level. We got a top 10 team in the Bash, y'all. Top 7 right here.
Proud of you for drafting well.
Bro, and that was the team I was a little worried about drafting too. Like, when I looked at that team, but I stuck to my game plan, even though things got a little weird. And Barkley got shut down right beforehand. My other team's 2-2, so we're still fighting. But yeah, IDP Army, we're lit. Oh yeah, go Saints. Yeah, whatever.
Damn.
What? Another man.
It'd be nice
I'd love for the Giants to win this game. Lattimore versus DK, MMA equal NFL, LOL. MMA equal NFL, LOL. We just gotta find a way. You just gotta find a way to turn Lattimore into a shorter. You know what I'm saying? And then that whole sentence, that whole communication is in non-real words.
Mm-hmm.
DKVS ... MMA equal NFL ... LOL. Alex Highsmith is I'll be in my league, so I start Highsmith over Luvu. I would try to start them both. I mean, Highsmith's like one of the top guys in all of IDP.
Let's say, who's the other person?
Yeah,
because I would think Highsmith and Luvu.
So I don't fit Highsmith in
unless it's only one. But if you have a flex spot, I don't know.
I got he went on my sleepers from 2 years ago. There's a video on the channel. You can check him out. He didn't blow up last year like I hoped, but he's blowing up now. Good. There you go, Barkley. Find that edge. Woo! Suck it, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Aaron Rodgers is gonna be so mad when he goes out here and his first throw is an incompletion. Watch. He's gonna be so mad.
He's gonna be looking around like, damn it, why didn't I don't know who the hell y'all are. catch it. After the game, he's going to be like, well, we just didn't play.
He's going to do his best Kyler Murray impression.
I mean, the craziest part of Kyler Murray is like he doesn't even do anything for the first half of games. And then the second half, I don't even think they have a playbook for the second half.
There's another player.
Cliff Kingsbury is just like, hey, I'm going to stand over here.
They had a very similar career trajectory to Kyler Murray. I'm going to put his name up here. There's another guy who didn't do a lot till the second half.
Oh, my God.
There's another guy who didn't do a lot till the second half. But
they were losing those games. They were garbage time points.
I like to sometimes when I can't sleep at night, I'm a little worked up. I'll get on PFR and I'll go to Blake Bortles and I'll go to his playoff career, and I'll go look at Kyler's playoff career and compare it to Blake Bortles.
I'm still mad that the Blake Bortles didn't win the Super Bowl that year. That team was so good.
I know, and they were this far away from beating Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, literally, it took like a 75-yard pass interference for.
Oh, I know, I remember.
Oh God, I'm still mad about the game.
This close to beating like Tom Brady in the playoffs.
6 years since that happened.
That's Tom Brady, though.
That Jags defense was so good.
Yeah, and then the management said, "Go away."
Yeah,
they said everybody on the team can go away.
That was so frustrating. Calais Campbell, that was a good team.
Calais Campbell, Dante Fowler, Telvin Smith,
Jalen Ramsey,
Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye. Who were their safeties that year?
Don't remember.
I can't remember.
But it was a good team.
Yo, can Nick Bosa put up 21 points today, please? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in his wheelhouse. Jar Dog 1165. Pick 2, Fitzpatrick, Buda Baker, Byard, or Curl. I'm playing Buda and Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even though I wouldn't blame you if you played Byard. But yeah, it's Fitz.
All right, well, I guess that's about it for us today, y'all. Hour and 10 minutes. Things are slowing down. We'll be out on the Twitter streets. If you're in our group chat on Twitter, we'll be there. If you're not, hit us up. We'll put you in there. We can also throw you in the Discord. Yeah, that's what it's called. Conversations aren't crazy there, but I mean, we try to get in there when we can. And if things are popping off, we'll talk in there as well. But
so Yannick Ngakoue was on that team. Paul Postlesny, and the safeties were Tayshaun Gibson and Barry Church.
Okay.
Old church.
What's the group Twitter? Just holler at us on Twitter. Just at me. I'll throw you in there as soon as I turn this off, Rue. Is Hendricks worth starting today? Yes, he's always worth starting.
Yes.
All right, IDP Army. Go forth. Win your matchups. Let people know you are with the IDP Army. We don't take prisoners, okay? We just win and we move on to the next one, all right? IDP, P for positivity. Any last words?
P is for positivity. Oh, that's such a good inside joke.
P is for positivity. Let's get it. All right. Goodbye. Good luck.